Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
And welcome back, everyone. So what's going on? I asked that question with a lot of conviction. What is going on in your world, your life right now? Are you feeling things are a little heavy? You're pondering life like you never did before. You're not really sure why. Why is it coming up now? There's a lot going on energetically. Now, I just skimmed the surface on the metaphysics here, but if you look at astrology right now, there's a lot going on. Mercury retrograde, Saturn, Chiron's going on, full moon, very impactful one, as I understand it, just a few days ago. Doesn't even matter when. You could feel this at any time, just feeling kind of stuck. But why? Good chance it has something to do with energy. And our next guest harnesses the power of that with Reiki and so much more. He's also a pharmacist, master Reiki practitioner, I want to add to that, an intuitive as well. Let's get some answers from Dante. Carroll, this is Welcome to Your Daily Prescription. Prescription for me today, the prescription is for the future, I guess. I don't know. How are you doing today?
I am doing pretty good, Steve. How about you, man?
Very well, very well. Trying to figure this stuff out like everybody else. Feeling this, whatever is going on energetically in the world right now, a little heavier than usual. I don't mean that in a bad way, more of a heavier because it's making you ponder life and kind of look at things. Are you feeling that way too in some way?
Yeah, Steve. Like you definitely hit it on the nail earlier, especially talking about like the retrograde. Like anytime we have like any type of specific retrograde, things come up to the surface. Like, what are you trying to run away from? What is the fear? Like, what is it that you need to bring to the surface and really just focus on that, right? Because we're on this human experience, we're on this journey, we're trying to find answers, we're trying to find some perspective. Like, not every day is going to be a positive day. So when you have like that not so good day, really take a look at it and say, hey, why is this coming up, to really get perspective of getting to your higher self. And I think right now we're in that realm of, hey, people are starting to look at things a little bit, having a different perspective, looking things at a higher light and have this enlightened moment like, hey, I should do things differently versus doing things in past before.
Hmm. In terms of the energy, which I'm going to say you're a master at when it comes to Reiki, what can we do? Certainly you can have a Reiki session, clear out that negative energy, all of that, but what else can we do? Just the beginning steps to make energy work in our favor, maybe recognize it. Any kind of thoughts there?
Yeah. It literally just goes back to just getting out of nature. That's literally the best thing you can do. Like you
Oh
can just
man,
go
I can't
outside.
believe you just said that. Hold on. Press the pause button, buddy.
What?
This
What?
is important. I never do
Okay.
this. I never do
Okay.
this, but
Okay.
this is a news story that is out today, and it says the following. A study in the UK out today found human connection to nature has declined 60% in the last 200 years. I'm not making that. I'm just reading that study out today.
Listen, it's a reason why you and I having this conversation, Steve. Like it's crazy. Like you just got to get connected back to self, and that's literally going back to where everything started, nature, right? You go
Mm.
outside, you're having a bad day, you're having these emotions, you're all fired up. Just go get beside water. It literally will just calm you down, have this perspective. If you love nature like me, just take your shoes off, put your feet in the ground, and just get grounded. It helps. The energy is just all around you. Just basic things like that could just give you a different perspective.
I get you on that. I've always heard, oh, I'm getting back to nature. And I never really understood why that was such a big deal until I learned about the energy thing, learned how being grounded is so important. But somebody said something that resonated for me recently. What's the big deal about this nature? Like, why does this make a difference? And I had a realization based on what somebody said. We are nature. Never thought of it that way. We come from water. We are nature. That's why it's almost like we have to go back to the mothership, I guess, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like you said, we're all connected, Steve. Like you and I having this conversation. You offer somewhat of a key or a sense of perspective, and I offer you something. We're all connected. It's not this thing of being divided. It's just coming together, really having solutions, and really just coming together and look at really things that from a different perspective. That's all.
Yeah.
That's literally what it comes back to. Are all things that connect, like you said, with nature.
When things are calling, you have to answer. And for me, About 2 months ago, I just went away by myself, went to a Caribbean island,
Mhm.
Airbnb, super great deal. Just went there to read, relax, reflect. It was weird the first 2 days, just trying to get into the vibe. Stayed there a total of 5.
Mhm.
And all I did was sleep, read, walk to the beach, which was maybe 40 seconds away, if that.
Mhm.
Um, walk in the woods, met a horse, don't laugh. I saw this horse every single day
Mhm.
and would bring it something to eat and just basically hang. It was-
And
and I am going back. I haven't booked it yet. I'm doing it again because I feel it calling me, and there's no reason not to. It was so affordable. You would not even believe it. It's like this is it has I need to do this. And now I know why, because I feel it calling like, hello,
Mhm.
answer the phone, book the
Mhm.
flight, get the heck out of here, spend a few days on your own. It's going to feel good again
Mhm.
before, winter sets in here in the Northeast. But what was your first nature vibe? Like what was calling you, Dante, that this nature thing is something that you need to be back in?
Yeah, so for me, like I love studying like Native American history, just being connected to like nature. And then like I was walking one day, I was just in DC, just hanging out in the museums, and I kept finding feathers. And I was like, why am I keep finding feathers? Like, what is it calling? Like, what is the Earth universe trying to say to me? So one day I love being in nature. I just went into this path and I just found like these little feathers, found like these little cool crystal Reiki rocks. And I was just like, hey, this is telling me something I need to be here. So really what I guess like the universe is trying to tell me like, hey, incorporate these things into your practice because again, it has energy and they could be beneficial to your clients and to moving into perspective, like, hey, this could be a good thing for your clients and overall benefit. So
Mm.
I just took it there and just went with it. And it's really have, opened me up to a different perspective. It literally is good for my clients and it's a really good overall benefit.
It's like a better you makes you better at what you do, right?
Exactly.
Hmm.
So
Uh, tell me about what you offer. Now, obviously, you can do Reiki. I would imagine you could do it virtually for anybody. Reiki and pharmacy, is that your two mainstays?
yeah, no, so pretty much I could do is like a lot of things. Like in terms of like Reiki is my primary focus because again, they come in, individuals are pretty much stressed out. Reiki is just an energetic healing modality to pretty much improve wellness and get off negative energy. In addition to that, individuals are looking outside of advice in terms of like getting connected back to nature, like we said before, just getting back to that grounded state and just really finding their journey and purpose. Like a lot of people are just out here trying to figure out, like, hey, what am I really supposed to be doing, right? And Reiki has an influx on the chakra system. That's the system I actually study in terms of really getting to your higher self and your perspective and using Reiki in combination when I talk to clients, having that perspective, just sitting there like, hey, let me try to connect to your root chakra to figure out what's going on and why you're feeling ungrounded. It really have people to give you a perspective, just releasing and let stuff go and allowing things to flow and get to your higher self.
I have theories, but I want to hear yours. Why do we need to be quote unquote grounded? What's going on?
Yeah. The reason why you need to be grounded is because you get all your answers in stillness. This is why meditation is very important and just being grounded. We're on this earth, we're in this society, just go, go, go. And you really haven't had a chance to say, hey, let me just be in this stillness and figure out on self. Like, do you really know like self? Like, who are we at the end of the day? Where we come from? Just having having that different perspective. And I think a lot of people in today's society are really coming to that perspective. Like, hey, why am I really here? Where are answers? What is this thing? Energy, the universe, about all that good stuff, right? And it just plays an important part to having a different perspective.
You can't get clarity. You can't see the signs of life, the wonderful things, the feather, right? Things that have been presented to you for a reason to give you answers or move your life forward. You're not going to see any of that if you're not taking time. And like you said, I'm right there with you. Like that's just the craziness of life. It's a lot
Yeah,
on to the next, on to the next, on to the next. Where's the beauty? After a while, back to that little getaway I took. I was walking and I would stare at a leaf for 5 minutes
right.
and look at the beauty of a raindrop on the leaf. Like, this is cool. Look at that. It's like artistic, it's magical because I took the time. And I want to back up what you just said about stillness, silence. I'm in a men's group and been there about a year and a half, been very impactful. There, we support each other, we do community service, leadership lessons, and all of that. And one of the men, very aggressive, he's plugged in, he's got a lot going on, and he's a strong person. And he's got some personal stuff happening and trying to figure it all out. And we all looked at him and we said, have you ever sat by yourself and did nothing?
Mhm.
And he goes, no. We said, you need to do that immediately, like right away. Just find some time. I've done it. Luckily, beaches are not too far away from where I am. I've driven to the beach. I love kayaking. I've done that. Spent an hour or so. I leave, and it's like, I feel like I've slept for 18 hours. I've got clarity. It all kind of comes together. You don't know until you know. And it might seem like silly, like sit by yourself and do nothing and just silence. No, it works.
Exactly. Because think about it, Steve. Like, look how long you have been on this wheel since birth till like up until now when you had this realization where I need to slow down. That's years of go, 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 go. Look how that have pretty much taken a toll on your body. And now your body is just like, finally. And that's what I think you're going through right now, Steve. You're finally releasing all that heaviness of years and years of going, going, going. And now it's just like, I need to be by the water. This feels nice.
3 words. You are right.
Thank you.
Seriously, right
Thank
on
you.
target. And I'm going to be honest with you. This weekend, epiphany, it came very clear for me. Like, stop. And then maybe it was the new moon. I don't know, full moon. Um, I don't know. But something changed for me where it's like, stop. No. All this other stuff. I need this. I need that. I got to do this. Yeah, there's priorities, and you got to put them in a certain order. But for the most part, no. Like I don't want to be self-serving, but it's like, all right, I need to focus on myself a little bit more, and self-care. There's another thing, right? A lot of us don't do that, right?
Listen, I could talk about self-care like a million times. I can go on for this conversation. That's how you keep the love going within yourself, right? You know how you're like in a relationship and you guys are dating and you have that initial feeling. No, that is your soul saying, hey, that is my initial love. Like, and this is why you have to continue to keep pouring that love into yourself. Like, we're in relationships and you lose yourself. And then it's just like, wait, I'm giving my life to this person. Well, what about me? What about, my perspective and my needs? And it's not selfish. It's like, hey, like, you're human. You have needs too. And at the end of the day, it's okay to be selfish with yourself every once in a while. It's okay.
So here's a realization, and this is my belief, and took a journey to figure this one out. The relationships you refer to, you could be, in a great marriage, all of that, it's temporary. Hate to say that word. It's temporary.
Mhm.
It's not forever because
Mhm.
that person may pass. That may person have a change of thought. They might leave. There's no guarantees. There's no guarantees. One thing is guaranteed though. It's a hard one to swallow. You, you, you will always have you. You will always have your back. Nobody will love you more than you should love you. Nobody is going to be there for you. Nobody knows how to make you happier than you. And if you answer, I'm not really sure how make myself happy, then it's time to sit in silence and time to do that work. And it's not an overnight thing. It's a journey, as I'm sure you would admit. It's a work in progress. It's not, it's not like take a pill, no pun, or maybe pun intended. It's not going to happen like that. You got to learn it, and it takes a journey, right? I don't.
Exactly.
What are your thoughts on that?
It's like you said, Steve, it's really just focus on yourself and just focus on what are you good at the end of the day? What makes you happy? Like let's just say you like knitting, right? Hey, that might be your thing. That might be your career path to a millionaire. But again, you might have these negative energies or people that you're not really supposed to be with, or just influences that not really getting to your higher perspective. If that's something you're good at, focus on that. If you're supposed to be a famous painter, do it. Universe might have called you to do something like that to your highest perspective. You should just go with it.
Hmm. I'm always running. I'm always doing something. And yesterday, I took the day and did pretty much nothing. Did a little, cleaned a little bit in there, but
Yeah.
I just sat on the deck and normally I'll read. I didn't do anything. I just stared at trees. I'm not even kidding. And then a few hours later, I got in my car and I'm driving.
Yeah.
Dante, I'm not kidding. Like I
Yeah.
started looking around and seeing things that I didn't see before because I tapped the brakes on life. It's like kind of amazing once you start doing that. Uh,
Yeah.
Tell me about energy. What's good? You do Reiki. We have chakras. Call them
Uh-huh.
for anybody that doesn't have an understanding. Basically, energy centers in our body with a different purpose. When you work with somebody, are you completely clearing those out, or clearing them out as best you can?
Yeah, so pretty much when a typical client will come in, can literally just connect to your chakra system to really figure out where your deficiencies are. Like when I do like a certain hand position like this in Reiki, it's called Gasher. So pretty much it will allow the energy to come. And then for some reason, I can pick up like little messages like within my third eye to say, hey, you're having knee pain. So then I will pretty much direct the Reiki there. And a little would tell like, hey, this is where the pain goes. And then a matter of a couple minutes to, an hour session depends on, how much energy or stagnant energy there. It just dissipates and it goes away. So it really alerts you to say, hey, this is what's going on, these migraines. I'm picking up on, or sometimes you can pick up like intuitive messages like, hey, there's something going on at home with like an argument or a disagreement. And I can pretty much try to pick up on that sometimes before a session, after a session, just let people know, like, hey, I picked up on this, and just let people know what's going on with their energy.
Why did you decide to learn Reiki and then eventually become a Reiki master? What was the catalyst? What was that thing right there that kind of the spark?
Yeah. So everybody has their spiritual journey story, and for me, I went through a bad breakup, and I was going looking for answers. I was going around town trying to find like an intuitive reader, Reiki, just trying to figure out what's going on. So I was sitting there with like an intuitive reader, and then all of a sudden, my hand started vibrating. Steve, like there was sweating, energy just started going out. I was like, hey, what's going on? Like this never happened to me before. And for me, I love eating sushi. I love Japanese culture. Like I love like the whole culture, especially like dealing with sushi and like Japan. And Reiki actually started in Japan. And then after that session with my intuitive session, I started getting like these dreams of like samurais and like just whole Japan. And then I had got that was pretty much saying a sign from like the universe, like, hey, look this up. What is it saying to me? So I went to Google and it was basically saying something about like Reiki. I was like, what is this? So I Googled Reiki and there was a center called the Greater Center of Reiki, which is located in Rockville, Maryland, where I actually done my training and just took off from there.
Wow. So would you say that the energy had to go somewhere after all that? I'm gonna get you on the bad breakup. I got it.
Yeah,
Um, Honestly, that's where my journey started too.
sure.
Seriously, I'm thinking back now. That's kind of where it all began there. Um, did you feel that the energy was just dissipating from your body from that session where it was just like it was so built up, it had to go somewhere, and that's it manifested maybe in sweating and things like that?
Yeah. So like when I had my first session, it was like a big release. Like it was like tears. It was just like because of everything that you would build up. For me, it's just like I wasn't the same person like 2 years ago. Like quiet, shy, just keeping everything just bottled up. And I just feel as though like after like that Reiki session, it really just opened me up. Like, hey, like use your voice. Like it's okay to like use your voice. Why are you afraid? And it just got me into this moment of just start asking questions and like finding purpose. And Reiki really does that. Like it really opens up your consciousness, like really question things. And it really helped.
Mm. Well, I call it emotional baggage, like emotional backpack. You're carrying a backpack, you keep putting that stuff back there. After a while, it's too heavy. I can't,
Yeah,
you can't even navigate. And at some point, if you keep throwing it in the backpack, you're going to tip back. You're going to tip forward. You're going to tip over because you got this thing on the back of you. Got to go somewhere. Energy, as I understand it, and would love your input on this. Energy can't be eliminated. It's got to be moved somehow in a different shape, form, somewhere. Is that true?
That is true. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. So it's more so like it has to go somewhere, right? Sometimes it gets stagnant. Sometimes it flows too quickly. Anxiety comes down. So now we have to use Reiki or some being out of nature to keep you grounded. It's all about being centered and just being balanced. The law of duality.
I think back in my life, my journey and all of that, and it's almost as if I was being groomed to do podcasts on this topic. When I was in my 20s, I was doing radio, but I also had a pirate radio station and I would broadcast on my own. It's just kind of fun. I would do, play my music, whatever I wanted to do. The name of that station, which I gave the name to, was called Energy 89.3. Well, I just thought it was a cool name. Now I look back decades later and I look at I think there was something there that I wasn't realizing because energy's been around since the beginning of time. And maybe I was thinking it, but not even realizing it. Um, if somebody wants to work with you and
Mhm.
kind of figure this out, clear out energy, what's the best way? Do they go to a website? How do they connect with you? How do they find you?
Yeah, the best way is to go to my website is the THE and then farm, not like a farm, but actually pharmacist. The abbreviations for pharmacist is PHARMD, healer, HEALER.com. And then you can see me there. You can book a session.
I love the fact that you harness the medical side, call it the pharmaceutical side of things. So it's very scientific, it's very proven. Not to say that energy hasn't been proven. I don't know the dude's name, Einstein. Nobody listened to him back then, but he was talking about this stuff. But you have both sides. It's almost the metaphysical side, the scientific side blended together. And why do I bring that up? Some people may look at this and say, that's kind of woo that those two guys are talking this energy thing over here.
Yeah,
But you look at both sides of the fence and have an understanding of both, which I think is very unique, makes you very unique.
exactly. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Like it all makes sense. Like I'll draw something out for you so everything can literally just how everything comes together.
Bring it.
Like, are you familiar with like ancient Egyptian history, like the wings of Isis and the medical symbol?
Very basic, but
Okay,
yes.
gotcha. Okay, so let me draw something out really quickly for you,
Mm.
and how everything literally just plays into the system, right? So you have this, you have the medical system, right? I don't know if you can see this chart. This is pretty much the medical system. And this pretty much actually is going to represent Egyptian culture, the wings of Isis, right? That just pretty much means that, and that actually represents the chakra system. It literally just uses the Kundalini energy, getting to your higher self. And it's literally been around since the whole ancient times. And I like to study ancient Egyptian history to bring Reiki, to bring energy. It's been around for years, like you said. So just literally looking at the mythology and Greek history, ancient Egyptian history, it all ties into everything that we're talking about now.
This is how people healed.
Yeah,
Like you think back, there was no Walgreens, no CVS, none of that. You had an issue, you worked on it energetically. This is what was
yeah,
done. And yeah, of course, some plant medicine along the way there. But this is what was done. And I don't, yeah, you know what I don't understand, Dante?
sure.
How did we, as a society culture, how did we lose track of that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think we got to a point of being really busy, being caught up into society of going, 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 and not really going back to self. And it's okay. Like, sometimes you always have to be in that masculine, aggressive energy towards your goals and aspirations, et cetera, which is great. But sometimes you just have to come back to that feminine energy where you just have to rest and just come to back to yourself. And sometimes I think that we feel bad or we punish ourselves to say, hey, I'm feeling bad to rest for 2 days. Like, why? Why is it you need a break? Everybody needs a break.
Absolutely. Break for nature. And I'm thinking about as you're talking, I think we, as time went on, got fixated with progression and technology,
Yeah.
where we're always looking for press the button, this will take, and so we gravitated away from this stuff because we looked at, the shiny new object syndrome. Maybe that's it. And,
Yeah.
let's get back to it. I feel very happy to say I feel more and more people are open to this now, really understanding and looking for something, but don't know what it is. This is it. Again, share with everybody, best way to find you.
Best way to find me, like I said, go to my website, the THE Farm, PHARMD, healer.com. You can book a
Very,
session.
very cool. I don't know if I know anybody more grounded than you, and I'm being really honest. Like your chill vibe, and it's, I needed that today. Thank you.
Of course, it's
Really
been a
mean it.
pleasure as always. Yeah,
It absolutely. Yeah. Thanks for being here. Looking forward next time we get together.
of course.
Appreciate
Likewise.
it.
Till next
We'll be
time.
right back.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.